can we create that consistent experience where, the kids pastor thinks he or she is doing what's best, and the youth guy
it's always the kids pastor, right?
Doing what's best. And listen, I'm not saying, but what I am saying is, so, everybody can individually think they're doing what's best and still not be creating cohesive communications across somebody's experience at your church. So how do we get all on the same page?
Yeah, great question. I think it is always the kids pastor. It seems like we're lucky with a great one here and everything. But so the cool thing about God's mysterious plan is that he's wired all of us differently, and he's given all of us a plan and a purpose and a calling. Mm-hmm. And he said the church is his plan A, and there's no plan B. So with that in mind, I think he's counting on the people that he's called, on the mission he's called, to work together. He's called all of us. He said, I've given you tools and talents and skills. I've given that kids pastor a really compelling message and a heart for those kids and a mission. He may, in his plan, he may have not given him the gift of communication, or that kids pastor may have thought, oh, I think God gave me a gift of graphic design, but everybody else around them knows that would not be the gift that I think we would recognize there. So what's cool about it is, if we can look at communication, the people in communication, not just as a marketing team or a service department of just helping the ministry just execute what they want, but if we can view them as a ministry, as a partnership with the ministry, the ministry of kids with the ministry of communication, the beautiful thing that happens is you can complement each other, and you're not counting on the kids pastor to be the marketing expert. You're counting on the kids pastor to be the ministry expert for kids. And you're counting on the communications people to say, how do I leverage your heart for what you're trying to do? And how do I leverage that on Facebook or our website? Or how do I take the tools that I've got with the tools that you've got and partner together to make something happen? So it's not rocket science, but it is change. Sure. Because the average church looks at their communications department as a service department. It's a 15-minute oil change. It's hey, here's what I want. Here's when I want it. Here's what I want it to look like. And here's when I need this thing back. Can you go execute that? Make it look pretty. Do whatever you want or whatever. But here's what I want it. Mm-hmm. And when we do that, we are literally robbing the gifts, not only of the communications people around you. We're robbing God's gift of what that person could do for the ministry of the church when we do that. So we have to be able to look at these as partnership opportunities, not just a service department, and be able to really leverage the gifts that God's given everybody. And it takes a different level of humility to say we're better together than we are alone. So it means change. It means some new rhythms, and it means communication leaders leading the way and building relationships, not just building service requests and work orders on that. So it takes change all across the board, but it matters because I think we have the greatest opportunities we've ever had to be able to leverage the message of the gospel. So it's time for us to take hold of that. It's time for us to work together.